Okay, welcome back to another tutorial on how to make great movies and videos with your iPhone, iPad, iPod, Android device or camera. Today I'm working with an iPhone and Windows, which I've installed on my Mac, so I can show you this tutorial. I've plugged the iPhone into the computer and the computer already has iTunes installed on it. That's necessary to use your iPhone. And it's not running though, it's just has been installed. And when I plug in the iPhone, Windows now automatically brings up this dialog box to ask me if I would like to import pictures and videos off my iPhone. So we can click this button here and it will do that for you. The other way to go about this, if this dialog box does not show up, so close it, is go to all of your programs and look for Photo Gallery. You may be using Picasa or some other software. Photo Gallery comes with Windows, so if you haven't downloaded anything else, then you can use this one. Up to the left is the Import button, and when you press that, it will come up with iPhone 2 and a little camera icon. Click on that and go Import. I've already imported all of these photos, so it's told me that there are 0 new photos to find. However, if there were photos, it would come up with a box like this, and you could press the Import button down the bottom. You can also enter a name and update some details for your photos and videos here before you import them. It's a good idea to add names and to sort photos when you import them. Otherwise, if you wait till sometime in the future, it'll probably be a couple of years and you will have a huge amount of photos and they will be unorganized, and then it's a massive task to go about it. So take the time to delete any photos you don't like, add names or tags to photos you do like, and pop them into folders and name the folders. It'll make it easy to back up. So I'm going to close that, cancel the import, and can now see that in this photo gallery that we have the videos that were on the iPhone, and they have this icon which looks like an old 35mm film strip. So I know that they are on the computer now. If I double click on it, it will play. There we go. So there's the movie. So I know that they're on there. I'm going to close, and if you want to know where they are specifically, they will be in the Pictures folder. And for anybody who is understands a little bit of the hard drive system, we can go to Pictures. We can go to our hard drive users. My user's called Fatman, and go to the My Pictures folder, and there they all are. But don't worry if you don't understand the folder hierarchy on the computer. You don't need to know it. All you need to do is go to the Start menu and click on Pictures, and there they are. We'll close that. So let's get started. We're going to find Movie Maker. I can see it here in my shortcuts because I've used it recently. Again, if you don't know, or if you'd like to create good habits using your computer, you can come down to the search box here and start to type in Movie Maker, and as you type the letters, it will give you the best guess as to what you're looking for. And up the top you can see here that it's selected Movie Maker and it's highlighted, so if I press enter, it will open Movie Maker. And it has just opened it in the other screen there, so I'll drag it across, and there is our Movie Maker program. It's obviously blank, there's nothing in it at the moment. So we will get started by adding some videos or photos. And the icon is up here on the left. I'll click that, and as I said earlier, all of our videos and photos are in our Pictures folder, so we'll click on that, and this is where, if you haven't named your folders and organize them, it'll be a little more difficult to find your videos. I can see that peeking out from here is that little wooden doll there. So if we go into there, yep, there's our pictures. So again, it's great to organize your folders first. It'll make it easier to find. You might wish to call the folder that you used today to take video, and you might want to call it the name of your project. That could help. So I'm going to open one up. Open. And there it is. We now have a video on the timeline. And we can move it around once we have some more. So let's go get another one. And let's open that one. It's having to convert the file, which is very nice of Movie Maker. It doesn't recognize it as a native Windows format, so it's just going to fix it for us. So in that way, it's quite user-friendly. Once it's in there, we can, again, just like on the Macintosh iMovie, we can shift these around by simply dragging and dropping, and it's that easy. Or drag that one to later on. Okay, come over here, we can play, pause. Let's put the playhead, that's what this black bar is. On the Mac iMovie, it was a very thin line, but here it's a thick black line. And if you hover over it with your cursor and click and hold, you can drag it left and right. This is called scrubbing, and it's a quick way to preview what is on the timeline. Otherwise, I'm going to locate it near the join here between the two clips, let go of my button and press play. And as you can see, it's a jump cut, there's no transition there, and the next video file is all black, which is not going to be the most exciting movie. I'll pause. I'm going to delete that off the timeline by right-clicking it and pressing remove. And I'm going to add this same video again to the timeline so that we've got something interesting to watch. And again, just to repeat, you can shift them around left and right. We have the two video files on the timeline, and if we scrub to the end of the first video and press play, you can see that the cut is very abrupt. It's a jump cut. So it would be nice to soften that out, and the closest thing that I found in my movie is to a cross dissolve is to use this blur through black or just blur. I'm going to use the blur function. So to add a transition, go to the clip after the transition that you would like to add it to, press the transition up here, the icon, and it will add it to the beginning of the clip. Now if we scrub to the previous clip and press play, as it goes between them, you now have a soft blur transition between the two clips. Much nicer looking than a jump cut. However, a jump cut, if well executed, is used a lot in videos and movies, and a cross dissolve or a transition through blur in Movie Maker will look fantastic as well. It depends on what's happening between the two video scenes. You can also add a transition to the start of the movie by clicking on the first video clip and select the transition, and it will add it to the beginning. And you can see now that there's a little diagonal line up to the left which indicates that there's a transition, and if we look on the second clip, you can see that it's also been added to it there. This indicates that a transition has been added. So now we can press play, and the start of our clip comes from black through a blur and into the video. All the transitions are kept up here under the Animations tab, and you can have a look through them at your leisure. If we click the little down button, we can see more of them. Click anywhere to make it go away. There are different transitions for the first video clip because there is nothing to transition from at the beginning, just black. But when you click on the second video clip, you get more options up here, and by holding your cursor over these icons, you can see what they do. It gives you a preview before you actually apply it to the timeline. And if I click more down here, we can see that there's quite a lot to choose from. So you can get very artistic with your video and have a play, see what you can come up with. Click anywhere once to take that panel away and return to the standard toolbar.